G'day, legends. TJC Sports here. Welcome back to another NRL live stream reaction as we celebrate a very special day here today. Officially 110 days since our miners landed at Gallipoli here. As we somewhat celebrate, we also mourn the fallen soldiers of Anzac Day, legends. What a special day this is to me. We'll be having an absolutely crazy time today, but to start things off, let's have a moment of silence in a minute here for it all, legends. Dragons by 4. One second. Moment of silence. 1 second, legends, and we'll be doing a moment of silence here. All right, I understand that live streams are for like fun and all that, but for this one, legends, we'll be doing it for the others too. Moment of silence here, starting now. Alrighty, not a moment of silence anymore, but we will remain standing for the anthems here today, legends. I'll take a look at some of your chats here. Tyler Dragons by 4, first try scorer Damien Cook. Heck yeah, mate, Liam. I love that prediction, buddy. All right, love it. Come on. Happy Anzac Day in Australia. I'm having a fantastic holiday. I swim with stingrays and sharks. Oh, crazy day there for you, Liam. Crazy day for you, mate. I hope you're having I hope that you continue to have a great one, legend. Evening, Jason Reader. Evening to everybody in the chat. God, New Zealand have such a beautiful national anthem, don't they? Jason Roosters says, up the Roosters 1 to 12. Up the Roosters 1 to 12, Jason. Up the Roosters 1 to 12. Hi, Jason Rita. Roosters, yeah. You dropped that prediction already. Hi, Legend. Hello, Krishan. Welcome. SS Storm fan says, yo, SS Storm fan. Welcome to the stream, Legend. Yeah, drop some lest we forgets in the chat, Legend. Lest we forget. John Tapu, lest we forget, man. In terms of days, you know, God, sorry, I can't get over how beautiful the it's just beautiful. But you know, in terms of days, this is one of the most special to me on the Australian calendar. It's a time of remembrance, a time where we come together and we don't you put aside those issues you have and you kind of just remember those who went through so much for why we have the life we have today, Legends. Let us rejoice, for we are young. We've golden soil and wealth to dwell. Our meals goodbye sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts, beauty rich and rare. And every say, advance Australia fair. Joy for Australians and let us say, advance Australia fair. Let's do some footy, Legends! Let's do some footy! Wow! Long after the end of World War II, Anzac commemorations only continue to grow as we build up for what should be a thrilling celebration of 110 years. Dragons by 8, first try scorer to ref. I got you, bro. We got the next Josh Curran coming up, man. We got the next Joshy Curran coming up, boys. Get ready for it. If you enjoy the stream, remember to hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, and let's get on with it here today. Brianna drops into the chat. Hello, Brianna. Good to have you here, Legend. Saying blue and gold, blue and gold. I love it, the blue and gold hearts. Always love seeing that, Legend. Look at that, the plane, the mighty Hercules thunders over the top of Allianz Stadium here. Shout out to the Roosters. I love their sky blue jersey. The only problem with it that I'd really have is the fact that it's just so common. They've repeated it over and over, Legends. And looking at the field right now, you probably couldn't ask for better conditions. It's looking pretty legendary at the moment here, folks. For those wondering, TJC, you've done all this stuff, which we love, but what's the lineup for this game? Well, Legends, I've got you covered. That's right, TJC to the rescue here. For the Sydney Roosters, we have James Tedesco lining up at fullback here with Daniel Tupou and Mark Nawanawaze on the wings. Nawanawaze, he makes himself a winger for today. That is huge. Dom Young not in the side here. Robert Toa and Billy Smith are your centres, with Sandon Smith and Hugo Savala in the halves. Spencer Leniu and Nafua White are the props. I really rate both of those props, by the way. With Connor Watson at 9. Angus Crichton and Cyril Wong are our second row, with Victor Radley at lock. Zach Docker-Clay, Celeste Piketty, Blake Steep, and Egan Butcher are on the interchange. Ethan King is 18th man. As for the St. George Illawarra Dragons, as I love to call them, I know they're the Dragons. I've called them that, so you don't have to stress, Legends. We have Clint Gutherson, former Parramatta Eel, lining up at fullback as the captain, with Tyrell Sloan and Sione Finau on the wings here. Moses Sully and Valentine Holmes are the centres. Kyle Flanagan and Lockie Ilias, our halves for today. Toby Couchman and David Clemmer are the props, with Damien Cook at 9. Cook playing over 200 games for the South Sydney Rabbitohs. Jaden Sewer and Egan are your second rowers, with Jack DeBellin at lock. The interchange is Luciano Leilua, Jacob Little, Blake Laurie, and Emre Gula. Loco Pacifici Tonga is the 18th man today, despite wearing the 19 jersey, Legends. Hey, man, sorry I'm late. Mate, you're not too late. Don't worry. We're doing free streams today, legends. So take your time, but it's good to have you here, man. All right? As we get hyped up for this one here. Truly my favorite round, this. Truly one of my favorite rounds, this. Look, I'm excited for next round when we're at Magic Round, but I still feel truly special about this round. It's a good round, legends. Easter win hovering above the scoreboard there. What do we think, legends? Will it prove to be the case? Or will the Dragons help the Eels in this one here? I don't know about you, but Clint Gummerson being in the Dragons team could be an omen for this one. This is a game where even when the Dragons have been heavy underdogs in it, they've managed to come and find a way at points. Same with Roosters at moments, legends. Either way, hopefully we're in for an absolute thriller here today. Sold out Allianz Stadium here. The Bondi Blue reigning supreme here, legends. Morning from the UK, says Daniel Bay. Oi, oi, what's up, Tyler? What's up with you, Daniel? Competing for the trophy. We kick off our first half here of our first of 3 games at Allianz Stadium. Spencer Laniu rushing into the line there for the first tackle to get out of the way in it. Buddies Guy 21 says, yo, Buddies Guy. Great to have you in the stream. Legend, shout out South Sydney Rabbitohs. They are in the 3rd stream today. We'll be reacting to that one. Jason Reedus is underway. Yes, we are, legends. And Angus Crichton backing himself up from his injury here. Gets it to Nafil White now. That's 3rd tackle done here. We're on to the 4th now, legends. Up the Dragons, says Buddy's Guy. Up the Dragons, brother. Now to the right, Robert Toa fighting his way around the ball. He gets it to Marky Mark, who gets it over to Savala. Savala passes it back, and James Tedesco is there. And Tedesco's barely stopped. What an attack and what a defense. Now on the 5th 80 meters game, they kick to the left here. Surely Dragons cover it. Tupou hits backwards possibly, and Billy Smith slammed out of play by Sloan. Oh, we got a bit of push and shove coming up. Ball thrown somewhere in the face there, I think. Dragons and Roosters have a fight going on. Was there a swing potentially in this one here? Oh, we got a huge one. David Clemmer, no shock about him. Running it for a big one there. He's taken over the fight with the inflictor. Bring back the Biff fight. We're having it all over the chat at the moment here. What's Magic Round, says Brianna. Well, do I have news for you, Brianna? Magic Round is 1 round a year where every game is played at the same stadium. So far, they've talked about potentially having it at different stadiums in the past, but as of now, it only gets played at Suncorp Stadium, Magic Round, legend. It's a very big event in Queensland, and it's very convenient if you're a Queenslander, like live in Queensland, but I finally will be able to go to that, which means no streams next week, as I am consider it like a week holiday, legends. I will be in Brisbane doing all 3 games, being there. We'll see if we'll do some content for them as well, but that first day is going to be all about Parramatta pretty much, legends. Anyways, we carry on here, folks. St. George Illawarra Dragons. Damien Cook gets it off to Jaden Sewer down the side there. 2 former South Sydney Rabbitohs team partners there rushing in forward here. Dragons will be relegated to 4th tackle here as Cook goes through. They've barely made it past over to their own 40 here as Clemmer takes the hit to the ground then there, folks. Oh, when the Saints go marching in. Oh, over there, Buddies Guy, bruv. And the Roosters managed to collect it here. Allianz Stadium, apparently it's been a bit slippery the last couple of days, but it looks to be fine at the moment here as they take the hit. Billy Smith now. I've got Billy Smith as any time for me in this game, folks. I reckon that the Roosters will go over first as well. For the Dragons, I reckon you'll see a bit of an interesting one here. I wouldn't be shocked if somebody from like the halves or the spine in general runs into this one. I know we're going to get smashed, says Buddy's Guy. We'll see, mates. We'll see. We'll see, Buddy's Guy. We'll see. Who knows? Maybe you won't. Maybe you won't, man. Buddies are a strange team like that. Tupou down the wing, finds the gap, opens it up, and Certain Smith is over for our first try of the magical Anzac round. Here we go. Forget about Brandon. You have Sandon, who walks over for a wonderful try off of a breakthrough. What a pass to Tupou it was. And what an even better pass to the side it was to get it done there, legends. We have ourselves our first try of the day here. 4-0 to the Sydney Roosters. The Bondi Blue Waves are rising at the moment. And it was almost too simple there. Their left side attack, ripping them apart like they were a piece of paper there. Let's take a look at some of the chats I've missed while going off about that. But what a legendary try. I had a happy win last night, TJC. I'm glad you had a happy win last night, Walshy. And I was thinking about you when that victory happened, man. Hope you enjoyed it, bro. Shout out to Sandon Smith getting the first try today. This is his first Anzac Day game at the moment here. Nobody can prepare you for how special that day is when you're born into this world. Only you can begin to understand it through living your life. Was it only him? So, was it, legends? You little beauty. I'm legendary, man. Thank you for asking. That sounds cool, says Brianna. It is cool, Brianna. Sandon Smith waiting for the kick here. And, oh, just look at that. That is too simple. That is too easy for the likes of Sandon Smith to cover. 6-0 to the Sydney Roosters. Bring it back on here. And it's okay that there's no streams. The streams, appreciate it, legend. Next week, they're versus Sharks. Let's hope Eels get over. Let's hope so, legend. Because, mate, Riley Smith, one of my favourite Eels right now. Let's hope that they absolutely smash it, okay? I want the Parramatta Eels to go on a run here and make a statement after our tight game over the Tigers. Let's bring on the Sharks in Magic Round. I happen to we wrecked that streak. You wrecked the streak, and it was such a legendary streak to wreck. As a Parramatta fan, I am so happy, legend. Don't forget, guys, if you love the channel or you just like TJC, remember to hit that like button. I think Eels will win again, same as last time. Fingers crossed, George. Fingers crossed, brother. Sydney Roosters. There's just two players running on this new set here. Third tackle now. 50% of the way through the set. Connor Watson's going to go short over to the left here. Angus Crichton just sticking his arm up. Who are Para versing this week? They're versing the Cronulla Sharks, legend, at Suncorp Stadium. I'm not going to lie. Cronulla's one of the most overrated away travels in my opinion. So I'm a little relieved that that's the game in Magic Round, legends. It won't be an away trip I'll miss. And look at that. James Tedesco wins a 6 again here for the Sydney Roosters now. Connor Watson looking for that pass. He can't find it, so he's going to run around there and go to the ground. 30 metres away from the try line of the Dragons here. The red V, very prominent in this Anzac Day inspired and designed jersey here. Is that an occasion type shirt you're wearing, Tyler? Yes, this is it's not Anzac Day. This is Indigenous round shirt, but I need to wear something unique. I couldn't find Anzac. I don't really have an Anzac Day jersey, legend. I have oh, it's taking a hand there. Sloan could be away, and the referee will call it back here. 1 sec. Sorry, legends. What I was about to say was that I do have the signed Anzac Day jersey from current player on break, Sean Lane, legends. I've got that neatly sealed away in a little tin. But technically, I do have the jersey. I just choose not to wear it as it's pretty special. You know what I mean? Like I like the fact that it's still got like the grass from the game on it and stuff. You know, I don't really want to impact that. I'm that kind of collector. Yes, I am, legends. Riley got a goal. Yeah, that goal. I lost it at that goal. If you watch the vlog, legends, you can see when I lost it at that goal. Now, Phil White runs by the Dragons here. Watson to Sandon. Sandon looking for that pass back here. He can't find it here. Lest we forget, says William Hunt. Good arvo, TJC. Good arvo, William. What's arvo? Never heard of arvo. Arvo. And everyone, I hope you all have the best you can of a day on Magic On Anzac Day, Roosters era, Dragons are allowed to run it past the halfway to the 40, to the 30, to the 20, to the 10, and nobody's going to catch him. Ladies and gentlemen, who needs Tua Pilotu? They don't. They have a winger who can easily replace that. It is Sione Fadeu with a try for now. 6-4, they'll probably take a look. But at the moment, as it stands, you got to think that the Dragons have themselves an equalizer in this one. What a counter-attack that was from the middle here. He was just prepared. As long as you're ready for it, the opportunities will come here. And right above the shapes, he puts his team in a wonderful shape to possibly come back in this one. Running nearly 80 metres there, he goes on over. The Red V, could that stand for victory today? Most unorthodox run from in the NRL. Oh, mate, absolutely, Jacob G. Absolutely, bro. That was the most unorthodox run you'd ever see, mate. Bugger. Got my 2-minute noodles. Mate, enjoy your 2-minute noodles, bruh. You see when the guy, the Tigers plug him in the Eels? Yeah, oh, yeah, I did, Brianna. I did. I was furious about it. I'm not going to lie. It was one of the closest I came to losing character in a vlog, Legends. Like, I'm pretty real, you know. I'm not really that much. But there's a level of character where, like, I don't swear as much and stuff, you know, when I vlog. But, my God, I almost lost it at that. Legends. I was fuming. Anyways, folks, we are all square in this one here today. I'm going good in my tipping this year. I have only got 10 wrong the whole year, which is pretty good, Welchianus, when you consider how unpredictable this year has been, Legend. It's been such an unpredictable round. I think it's been one of the hardest to predict. Not just round, but year. I think it's been one of the hardest to predict in a very long time, man. 6-all here. 9 minutes into this Anzac round clash. We have Flanagan going to David Clemmer. Good force there from the former Newcastle Knight and West Tiger there. And Canterbury Bankstown Bulldog. Bulldogs obviously with an epically embarrassing loss to the Broncos there yesterday. We have the Dragons running through. Victor the Inflictor. When the new high shot rules came in, I was concerned about the Inflictor's career, but right now it's worked out for him. Cook now, looking to cook something up. He gets it to King Guffo here. Clinton Gufferson on the ground here, held on the 40 now. 5th tackle gone by now. The Dragons will kick it over to the far right here. And on their own 20 here, Daniel Tupou would end up with it. Sydney Roosters all-time try scorer. He keeps running here. Tackled over just on the 30-metre line of their own side here. I tip a lot of the upset teams for some reason. And it's working. It's working for now while she edits. For now, bruv. So it made me feel her heart suck. It's all of that. I was furious when I saw it, Brianna, because I don't care what Riley Smith, right? He's a great bloke, but he's a bit of a stirrer. But like, I love it, you know, from him, because it's not mean. It's just stirring. Like he's a very passionate player, and Sunya Taruma just lost his cool and what I viewed as a soul. And if Luca Moretti went to the bin, mate, then but for 10, mate, it should have been bloody 30 for Taruma. The comparison and how bad it was. Roosters clear it in the air to the right now. Chases on it here. Good kick from Savala. Is that back off the Dragons now? That could be 6 again here. The ref says no. Oh, no, he did say 6 again, but the Roosters didn't hear it, but it doesn't matter. Guppo's held in the end goal here. So much confusion there amongst the two teams. I'm not so sure that Savala heard him there when he said 6 again here. It ends up with Savala. Savala looks a little confused here, so he kicks it low. What's confusing is that he does the hand suggestion after he's in the motion to kick it, which could argue the ref was a little late on the call as well. That is pretty good while she edits. That's really good, mate. I definitely tipped doggies last night. Who are the mighty eels? The Spooners. No, who they versing? We're versing the Sharkies, legend. All right, but I've got a lot more hope for any game with Mitchell Moses back in the side, bro. Magic Round's the kind of game where I'd want it. The Inflictor. Pass to Radley. Runs through the middle here, and then on his back here, down he goes. Riley Slipper's going to be a great player. Indeed he is, SS Storm fan. Indeed he is. He's going to be a really good player. He's already decent. Watson. Runs short for the line himself here. Unable to break through. He makes a dive, and down he goes. Strong back-to-back defensive efforts from the Dragons here. They play it to Sandon Smith. Now down the right, momentum here, and the Dragons catch it in the in goal. 20-meter restart here for the Dragons now. Sione Finau, the only try scorer so far for them here. The tap and go on the 20 now. Runs forward here. Roosters pushing him back. We keep moving here. Short to the left. Valentine Holmes, here he is, homing in forward. None of them stopping him at the moment here. He goes down now, finally. He's he's perpetual motion, mate. He just doesn't stop, mate. Even when you put a line in him, he goes, I'm going through, bro. I don't care. Guppo. Goes to Moses Sully. Tackle made by Billy Smith. Clint Gutherson now. He knows a play when he sees it, but definitely not there. Force back the Dragons here. No meters made in that one here. Clint Gutherson now going away from the tackle himself here, and it becomes fifth now. 35 out from the try line of the Roosters end here. The Dragons kick it over to the right. They have chasers, but it'll be a bit easy there. Daniel Tupou ending up with it. Is this the 80s pitch? So muddy. They did say it was awfully wet heading into this game, Legend, so I reckon it's just that it's a wet field. We've had a few rain spots the last couple days. Tupou around the left here. And, oh, here we go. Here we go. Nawanawaze will win a penalty for the Roosters here. Kyle Flanagan, the man, giving it away here for a high tackle. The daddy's boy can't be protected there, folks. Who do you think New South Wales half will be? Probably Moses, Legend. Probably Moses and Cleary as the halves combo, but I don't love it. Do you think Joe Gray will be our fullback, Queensland? I don't think he'll be the fullback. I think they'll opt for a Ponga, Legend, through trust and loyalty, but I could see Joe Gray as either a 14 or as a fullback if something were to happen to Ponga, which is not impossible with how Ponga's history is, Legend. Bulldog Season says, hello. Hello, Bulldog Season. I hope you're feeling okay, mate. Pretty epic game last night, eh? Sandon Smith gets it over to Savala. The halves linking up nicely there for Robert Toyer now. He goes to the ground. To the left now. Now Phil White now. He's one-on-one with Dylan Egan, who tackles him well. Just 8 meters away, Dragons line. Roosters kick low, and it's going to be cleared out of there by the St. George Illawarra Dragons. Flanagan hitting it out. Dragons won the 12, TJ says the greatest. Mate, we can only hope. We can only hope, brother. You know I'm a fan of Alec McDonald. Of course, you're a Storm player. Not Storm player. You're not a Storm player. You're a Storm fan, Legend. Of course you're a fan of Alec McDonald. He's a Storm, right? He's the Melbourne Storm. But I think Ponga will be fullback game one and they get how Joe Gray comes in. I agree. I think that if Ponga's not available, you got to go with Gray with how good he's doing. Tedesco to Watson. Now it's Crichton. Look at the Roosters here. Very dangerous at the moment. The Dragons fighting within an inch of their life to keep them away at the moment. William Hunt says Nico Hyde should be the New South Wales 7 this year. As a Queensland fan, I agree. Make Nico your 7, Legend. Make Nico your 7. Far to the right here to the other. Marky Mark! Marky Mark hits the mark there. It's left off. 10-6, legends, to Mark Nawanawazi. And the Chookies go a cock-a-doodle-doo in their own back room. Here to say Allianz is ours, it is the Chooks here. And it was a good run down the right side here. A bit of confusion. They let the bounce happen, and it's really unlucky for the Roosters, honestly, there. The way that bounces, you couldn't have really predicted it there. Billy Smith, it's not the greatest pass from him, but it bounces perfectly enough for Marky Mark to fly on over there. Former rugby player, former rugby star even, now flying in league. And it is 10-6. Hits the goosey. Is he a New South Wales fan or Queensland fan? Well, I'm a Queensland fan, legend. Grown up in Victoria my whole life, we absolutely hated New South Wales, so it kind of just happened, legend. Plus my mother encouraged me for it. I don't want Critter to make Origin. I would rather try and get top 4 spot. I understand your feelings, Bulldog season, but at the end of the day, it's the play. If the player gets picked, the player gets picked. They're going to pick the best players, legend. Look behind him, George Allen. Made his debut last year, but was pretty much a regular from the here on in there. Marky marked. Sandon Smith takes the kick. And we don't mind a good old left to right there, kicking it from the side. It's a goal there for the Roosters. 6-point lead on them right now here. And what a game this is proving to be at the moment, legends. Back and forth, constant pressure, constant fight between them here. You cannot write it. You cannot write it. Up the mighty Queensland, 11 in a row as well. Yet it's indeed, bruv. Banana kicks, as Jacob G. May. It was a real banana kick, wasn't it? Real banana kick. Anyone else excited for the other Origin too? The Words Origin? I just cannot wait because Mr. Andrew Backhouse, my boy, frequent feature on the vlogs. He skipped the Tigers one because he was doing some Easter stuff. I know, the lack of commitment. How dare he, right? Right, how dare he, right, legends? He said he'd eat his own socks if I streamed a girls' game, which I have guaranteed I will. This year we'll be doing that. So, legends, get ready. We're gonna be getting him on the thing and telling him such a thing. Whenever that comes about with Origin legends and actual NRLW season. Carrying on here, 4th tackle. Tedesco goes over to the left here. Sandon Smith going short here. Just gets it past 30 here. What else it says? Who won last year Origin? I say 11 in a row. You should, mate. You should. Good kick there from the playmaker in chief, Gufferson, and the ref is going to rule knock on there. Guffer shouting that it wasn't, and the ref saying first from you. Gufferson doesn't agree with it. First look looks like he hit it backwards. Yeah, he drops into the head of Billy Smith. Yeah, we got a captain's challenge coming up, but I think that's hit into Billy Smith, folks. That's fair enough, Brianna, mate. Backwards. Para needs Moses for NRL rounds. He should be excluded of Origins. I know, William Hunt, but there's not much we can do about it at the end of the day. We can't stop him. He wants to play for Blues. We'll let him play for Blues, even if it's tough. Yep. Unsuccessful Dragons. Guffo's not happy with that. I can only imagine he was looking for a breather there. There was very little grounds to challenge that here. That's either a Hail Mary or boys, we need some options here. Now the Roosters looking to play the thing. Over 70 tackles here from the Dragons. 112 tackles from Dragons. Only 42 from Roosters. 8 missed tackles from Dragons. 3 from Roosters. Crazy stuff. Of course I didn't forget about you, legend. Why would I? Why would I forget about you, bro? Why would I forget you, mate? We will get Origin this year. Def, get that shield back. Def, mate. And the short kickoff doesn't work out from the Roosters, from the Dragons here. Roosters end up with it. Now Phil White here. Down the right side here in the moment here. Takes them out there. Oh, the pressure's starting to ramp up here for the Dragons. Lenu. Obviously had his JT controversy earlier in the month, folks. Sandon Smith. Roosters with all the ball and all the field position. Have a try, potentially. Oh, Toya, what have you done, Toya? No toys for Toya this Anzac Day. And you can almost wipe them out of Christmas. And off by Sloan. 30 metres made there. Over to the 40 they're trying to run. Moses Sully will get tackled pretty much side of the winger there onto the ground here. Looks going to guarantee a top 4 spot. Each to their own legend. Oh, yeah. Moses showed that he's one of the most influential players in the comp versus the Tigers. He truly is. He is clever this time. Dashing to the left here. It's a loose ball here. What an impression he's made in his first few. For Couchman. Through. Standing in the tackle here. On the 20 now. Flat pass here. One more left in the set here. They kick it to the right now. There's a lot of chase there from Sloan. He hits it back into his own player's leg. There's definitely confusion. And they're going to say Daniel Tupou knocks it on. Daniel Tupou knocks it on, legends. Huge call there. Watching it here. Yeah. Jesus Christ. Yeah, it's a Roosters knock on. It is a Roosters knock on, legends. The Blues are favourites, of course. Well, they did do really well last year, legend. I don't tend to pay attention to that stuff. When Origin comes about, legends, we'll be all Origin. Till then, I'm focused on my club, how it goes. Over to the 10 here. Could we see the Dragons get their second try of the day here to equalise again here? Flatto gets it short. Over to Sewer. Honestly, great tackle there, Sandon Smith here. 7 metres away from the line. Over to the left here. It's a short kick there. Plenty of chase, and it ends up with Marky Mark here. He's trying to force himself into goal. No, he can't. He can't get out of it. It'll be a goal line dropout there. I thought he'd kick and try and make a result here, but digging into that line, no go. They're favourites because of what happened last year, legend. The Blues came back, won 2 in a row. Won 2 games in a row and looked a lot better than us in those 2 games, legend. We were outclassed for 2 out of 3 games. That's why they're favourites in this one. But favourites don't really matter in my eyes. Not with Origin. Clever. Hit hard there by White. Onto the second here. To the left. That's a short pass. Dylan for Flanagan here. We need to regain that shield. Damn right we do. Makes the team better. They do. When Lomax is back, when Lomax is back, just give up opposition. Just give up, bruv. Dragons are the kind of team that can always make opposition teams a bit complacent. But there, one of their poor errors there, he looks for an offload almost, but it lands into the ground, and he kind of loses it looking for that pass. Rolls forward, a bit of a fumble. That's one of the Dragons' biggest dangers, legend. It's not just the ball play. It's the fact that they can get a little bit too excited at points, not think too hard about their play. They tried to do a little bit too much in a play. And across here to Tupou here. On a wonderful Anzac Day round. Angus Crichton pushes forward here. Ever since way back in 2002, we started this clash here. It's become iconic ever since. Billy Smith goes to Watson. Watson there. Through the middle, through the left side here. and tackled on the ground here. He goes down here. Goes to Jaden Sewer then. The full white then. Held here. Fifth tackle now. Kicks it in the air over to the right side here. And on the 15, it's going to land in the hands of Sione here, who goes down. Yo, what up? Why you go for Para? I go for Para because my mother is a Parramatta supporter legend ever since the North Sydney Bears were kicked out of the comp. Supported Para my entire life since birth. Became a huge fan when I hit around 12, 13, but was always a Para fan legend. And why am I a Queensland fan? Because I was born and raised in Victoria. A lot of people that live in Melbourne that I was close to are from Queensland. And I always held this resentment for the Blues because of personal things revolving New South Wales legends. So that's why I'm a Queensland fan. Valentine Holmes. Over to the right here. Flanagan now. Here goes to Valentine Holmes. Kicks it through the left side here. And it's going to end up with James Tedesco. Yeah, I know they're coming back, legend. Personally, my mum's been a Para fan longer than she's been a Bears fan, so she won't begin supporting Bears again, but she'll have a soft spot for them. And I have never supported Bears, so of course I'm not ditching Para. I'm Para till I'm gone, legends. You're stuck with me. Now just to the right here. Running forward there. It's a truly special occasion here for them and their families right now. Tedesco. Round the right side here. James Tedesco spun around to the ground then. Looking for the pass here. They are short. Held on the 40 now. Connor Watson looking both ways. Typical Roosters at the moment. They clear it. It's a good eye kick there. Up and unders. Guffo ends up with it here. Clint Gufferson now. Just running forward. Guffo tackled on the ground there here. Victor the Inflictor then to the right. They just keep on pushing forward here. They will not stop, folks. They just refuse. You'll never see them give up here. Right now, it's honestly everybody's game at the moment here. 12-6 is nothing on the scoreboard here. Third tackle now becomes fourth here. Good tackle on Sewer. Long pass to Couchman here. He's definitely not sitting on his couch at the moment, man. Melbourne Storm forever, as a Storm fan is. I think that what is making Panthers lose this year is Louis made the halves the best in the NRL. I think I agree. Luai is one of the few halves that could keep up with Cleary, legend. And that helps them out a lot. It's actually a really good point to make while she edits, you know. I think Luai's been a huge out for them. You got to remember they also lost Fisher Harris. He was another huge player in how they played their game. I think both of them are huge losses. Not as a Storm fan. Well, mate, you're Bronco. I'm an Eels fan. Of course, we're not gonna agree. And there's Zavala running head down. The Dragons get the ball back now. 28 minutes gone by in this first half here. Seriously, what a game. And he kind of just loose carries it. Bit of emotion there from Zavala. He's not happy about his loss there. And it's going to be the Dragons' ball. Good tackle there from Egan. Damien Cook coming off right now. Damien Cook, HIA legends. Oh my God. HIA alert. HIA alert. HIA alert. We have Damien Cook off the field, folks. We have Damien Cook off the field. Oh no. How will we write the Dragons comeback script, legends? How will we write the Dragons comeback script? Somebody get Clyde on the phone. We need to figure this out. Now on the halfway. Here we go. Over 30 meters out. Flanagan. We go to the right here. It's a good short pass back. Gula, back from suspension, takes it down here. Former Canberra Raiders iconic player he was for them. You know what? I think Galvin would go perfect with Cleary. It would be like another Luai Cleary-Haas combination. I do agree he'd go well with them, legend, but I've got it on a pretty good word he's not going to Panthers. I've got it on a pretty good word he's going to Eels. However, nothing's ever guaranteed. There's also the contradiction there that Isaac Moses is trying to look out for Isaac Moses represents both Blaze Tulagi and Galvin here. If he puts Galvin in there, he needs to find a new club for Blaze, which will be a lot tougher than finding a new club for Galvin. He would fit well there, though. Satili expected to miss 5 to 7 weeks. That he is, mate. That he is. That he is. And you know what? So many swinging arms, I actually think that it's probably correct based on that game. Crichton, the tackler there. Second tackle, Dragons to the left side here. Luciano Leilua pushes forward. Just put Blaze in centre. Nah, they won't put Blaze centre, Legends. That's not how the Panthers want to do it. Their centres are pretty settled, Legend. They're not going to move them. They won't move... I'm thinking off the top of my head here. They won't remove the likes of Paul Alamotti and Casey McLean from the team, Legends. Those guys are there to stay at the moment, at this time in hand here. And then Isaac Togo as well. I don't see how he plays in the centres. They're all ahead of him in the pecking order there. And when you look at that, plus the representation, he's got 2 clients. It's hard to see. Roosters won't go for him because they refuse to talk to Isaac Moses. Oh, Hugo Savone, look out down the right side here. It's good speed. It's good speed. Look at Marky. Marky just keeps running with it. He almost goes the entire field length. But Clint Gufferson is there on the 20 to hold him out here, folks. The Roosters looking to shift in this one. Sandon. Oh, beautiful. Wong ends up with it. The ref is going to blow a penalty here. Oh, penalty there. Offside inside the 10 meters, Dragons, folks. And then look at that. That would have been good from them. Oh. What a run that was from Marky Mark there. He had no right. Have you seen my story? Probably not, Legend. Probably not. True, do you think Luai did not think they would have gone for Blaze? Probably not while she edits. Probably not. They went for Blaze with the idea he wanted to play 5'8". They could do it. He showed talent, so they went on him. Probably not Bulldog season, but I can check it out, mate. And it looks like the Roosters are taking the penalty here. They're taking 2, Legends. They're going for 2 on the pen. I don't think they would have got Blaze, but you probably don't. Have you seen my story? You probably don't. What do you mean, Bulldog season? I keep my word, mate. I keep my word. I'm just a busy guy, bro. I'm a busy guy, mate. I've got stuff I have to do a lot of the time here. Last week I went to the movies to see a Minecraft movie. Did you enjoy it, George Alarm? La 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 lava. Chicken. Steve's lava chicken. Oh yeah. G'day TJC. G'day Dean. Welcome to the stream, mate. We'll be streaming your wonderful club later today, Legend. Between the 2 here. We're actually not far off from the half-time at the moment, Legend. I think there's still a little bit to go, but we're not far off from it as it stands here, mate. Far out. Yeah, I see that, mate. I see it. Hopefully my buddies win later after a disappointing game on Good Friday. Hopefully, Legend. Hopefully. Went to the Dawn Service on Saturday. How was it, Dean? Broncos did heaps better minus Reese. They did. It was really surprising forward. Really surprising. La la lava, chicken, Steve's chicken, tasty as hell. Ooh, that's nice and spicy. Could go on. Could go on and on about it, legends. They're talking about a Dragons player coming off here, potentially off of a he's not gone landing poorly. They're suspecting it happened. All right, here we carry on here. Fifth tackle, legends. 45 out from the side here. They clear it over to the right. Yeah, Cook. All right, legends. Yeah, Cook. Category 2 HIA is the word there. That song is addicting, even though it's a kids one. It is Walshy edits. It is, bro. All good as a Storm fan, mate. It got stuck in my head when I went to see it. Also, so I've got a lot of young people in my family. I decided, you know what? I'm going to try a Minecraft here. All right? Okay. I've opened about 7 of these. What have I gotten every single time? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. How fun! I have the best luck in the world, legends. The best luck in the world. Eels were so good on Monday. I was a bit disappointed from Tigers because it goes for them and I wanted to support the Tigers. I don't really like the microphone, but that's your choice. Cheers. Mate, I'm not saying I loved it. I just saw it as an okay kids film. I saw it as an okay film. I'm not saying that it was a spectacular movie. The real vibe of it was that it was the Minecraft movie. You know what I mean? I'll admit, I didn't think it was anything that special as a film itself, especially if it didn't have the game. Eels were so good on Monday. I was a bit disappointed from Tigers because my mum goes for them. And oh, look at that! How has that happened? Smith's up, Gupperson! And Sandon Smith is over! How? Isn't Sandon Smith growing as a playmaker? What a player! Looking for the inside pass. Smith goes over himself there. And the Dragons fell asleep there. Everybody just stops there when Sandon collects, and then he's just away. He looks for the pass, and then he goes, I'm going alone. Guppo couldn't do it. A bit unfortunate there, but I like the idea that they're trying to turn the ball back inside here. 18-6 now. This is a huge moment in the game here. A proper movie. Well, it's not really. It really isn't a proper movie, legend. It was designed to be a kids' film that adults went to see and go, Minecraft! Yeah! Let's mine some craft, legends. Remember, in order to Rooster, they're going to have to also Sydney. Sydney Roosters! Sandon Smith, he's about to kick his 3rd goal of the day here. 20-6. A solid lead now at the moment for the Roosters. Yeah, it was. It was Walshy edits. It was crazy on the news, bruv. Guffo's asleep. Oh, Guffo's asleep at the wheel. Tell us how good does it feel? He's got Sewer and Flanagan. Boy, he sure must miss good old Dillbags. Da 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 da. $20 points to 6 here as we kick off again. Just 3 minutes left in this one for the first half here. Down the left side. And spoiler alert, Para, if we want ourselves not to be last, we need Manly to pull off something if it keeps going this way. What a day. Roosters through the middle. Zach Docker-Clay is in the field. Here we go. Connor Watson through the right side here. Just keeps running with it, legends. Connor Watson, Zach Docker-Clay then. Zach Docker-Clay in all sorts. Keeps pushing with it here. Zach Docker-Clay going down to the ground. Poor Dragons have just been on the receiving end all game here. Good kick down the right side now here. It ends up with Clint Gufferson now. The king, he keeps pushing with it. Long live your King Guffo, long live your King Guffo, long live your King Guffo all day long. Looks like we have an issue here with the Dragons looking to do a few stretches there. Now we carry on here on the second. Moses Sully forces forward here. Then over to the left, Blake Laurie. Oh, the shout there. That was an intense hit on him. They just keep going. Little. Over to the left here. Flanagan. Luciano Leilua then with arms up. Forces himself forward over them here. And that's a good tackle there from Siwa Wong now, getting him down. Now hitting it over to the right side here and on 15. Sydney Roosters are just going to end up with it here. James Tedesco taking off here. He's about to take off. He might as well have wings. He flew so far. Over to the 40 then. I'm not so sure if that was the best play the Dragons player could have done with that earlier in that kick. Zach Docker-Clay. Good footwork there from the Roosters here to get over by. To the right now, Watson. The first half almost done here. About 30 seconds to go until we're wrapped up for the first half, legends. TJC will go for a drink and then TJC will be back, folks. Billy Smith back underneath looking for the surprise pass here. He couldn't find it. And on 5th, we have 6 more here. Not that it really matters with 20 seconds to go, but maybe they can make the most of it here. Zach Docker-Clay. Steep. Gets it over to Tedesco. It's a long pass and it will go out of play there. And that'll see us out for the first half here. 40 minutes gone by now. 20-6, your halftime score here at Allianz Stadium here. What a first half it was, legends. Something to remember. Yes, the Roosters may be up by a decent lead at the moment, but it's one of the least safe, decent leads you could say. Dragons blew a similar lead against Parramatta at one point, if you remember, folks. So don't rule it out here. Didn't expect some of the calls we had in this one. Mikey Mark on the wing, I would not have tipped, legends, but worked out well for them here. What a first half that was. I'll see you all in a few minutes, but for now, enjoy just some chill point in the halftime. All right, the halftime show, the point of the stream where we chill, chat, and all that good stuff, legends. G'day, legends. Welcome to the TJC Sports Halftime Show with your host, TJC Sports, where you can drop yourself some rugby league questions about the channel, and just talk to your boy TJC a little with less of the commentary in mind, folks. All right? Feel free to drop some of those, legends, as I'm just going to get off for like 1 minute, 2 minutes, and have a drink, and I'll be right back for that, folks. Don't be afraid to drop yourself some comments. Appreciate yous all. Let's go! Alrighty. Appreciate you, legends, for the patience. Let's get on with some of your questions in the chat here. Yeah, of course, as we enter this halftime show. Remember, folks, if you enjoy the stream, hit that like button. Some of you new. We're aiming for 5K at some point. Let's go. Well, she says, what do you think of Broncos' win last night, TJC? I think it's absolutely legendary, man. I think that the Broncos should be really proud of themselves. The Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs went into that one with a lot of confidence. And unfortunately for them, that confidence was very misplaced. The Brisbane Broncos came up and said, we made a grand final 2 years ago. Don't you dare forget that, and put up the result they did. You're coming to Canberra this year, plan on it, Jacob G, but we'll have to wait and see. The more donations, the more likely that becomes in the future. I already saw it Bulldog season, and there were very bad words, mate, but I understand how upset you were Bulldog season. I already viewed it, though. Sup, TJC, my mighty Broncos. What a win and massive upset from the Broncos last night. Not only winning, but smashing the unbeaten Bogs. Yeah, they're the Bogs now. Didn't see that coming. I tip us, but by 4 to beat the unbeaten. Mate, how do I say this? Hell yeah, mate. As a Parramatta Eel supporter, it felt pretty good watching that. Because Dogs fans are not very good at Parra. The Parra doesn't like Dogs either, but it feels good. Feels so good, mate. So good. We got it. Dun 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 dun. I feel good. Din-a-na-na-na. Wouldn't have found din-a-na-na-na. Just dancing, folks. Critter hasn't missed a goal in 3 weeks. Yeah, Critter's in insane form, but, he's also just a great player. Harley Waban says, oh my God, it's the great return of Harley. Harley, I thought you were gone, legend. I thought you were in the shark-infested waters for the rest of your life. Welcome to the stream, Harley. Bring on the Eels next week. Bring it on next week, legend. I'm so excited for it. My first Magic Round game. Let's go! I can't wait to finally show off Suncorp Stadium in a vlog, legends. I've always liked Queensland fans. Yeah, and there is no... You're unbeaten. Yeah, it feels good to have no unbeaten team, no team that can go, well, we're not defeated yet. Ho, ho, ho. I was at Shark Stadium in round 3. Were you, Harley? Awesome, mate. I hope you enjoyed it, legend. I hope you really, really enjoyed it, mate. I hope you had a great time with it, man. I personally, I kind of forget where I am at Shark Games. I don't feel that important about Sharkies, but I'll never forget where I was when Sharks played the Magic Round, man. In a few days, I'm off to Brisbane. And that's... Well, actually, no. We're off to the Gold Coast to fly through Brisbane. It's a bit of a complicated procedure to save money and be able to afford it, but I'm getting it done. Bulldogs says, I made them lose. The one time I don't go, they lost. Absolutely, Bulldog season. How could you? If you were there, they would have won, bro. If you were there, they would have achieved victory, man. What are you doing? What are you doing, brother? What are you doing, brother? Ew, brother. You needed to do better, Bulldog season. How could you? How could you? It's like how I'm convinced the only reason they didn't win in Darwin was because I wasn't there. If I was in Darwin, they would have won, legends. They would have won. I would have got them the victory. TJC, folks. It would have been unbeaten. Can't handle it, mate. Can't stop us. We'll be undefeated, as I believe one of my vlogs says. And if it doesn't, it'll be coming up, that one. King Julian drops into the chat now and says, looking forward to Broncos Panthers next week based on what we did last night. You got to back us against the Panthers next week. You just thought, yeah, no, I'm backing you against the Panthers, especially if they lose to Manly. I'm definitely tipping the Broncos against the Panthers there. I think even against Roosters, Panthers got very lucky in that one. Momentum of that game changed very quickly due to a really poor Dylan Edwards decision. I still don't fully rate Panthers this year, legends. And I personally do back which I personally do back them to get a few more losses before they go on a crazy winning streak. What else we got here going on in this chat at the moment here? Brother, ew, what's that? Exactly, William Hunt. Brother, ew, what's that? What's that? Good Turkey says, let's go up the mighty Parramatta Hills. Oh, we are the Parramatta Hills, and we hear what we say. Let's go Dragons. Keeps the dirty Roosters at the bottom of the table where they belong. Happy Anzacs, all you heads. Happy Anzac, Katuku. Happy Anzac, bro. And hopefully, Dragons can make a comeback. Not because I love Dragons. I'm very about Dragons. But wouldn't we just all love to see somebody but out of those bottom three that isn't Para down the bottom? Surely, legends. Surely. In fact, I'm going Broncos 13 plus. I think that's a huge call going Broncos 13 plus. I probably will go 1 to 12 myself, legend, but you're a Broncos supporter, and I think rightfully so. If you were to support the Broncos, you're not crazy to go with a 13 plus necessarily. You're just really focused and believing in your team, legend. That's all I'll say. That's all I believe about it, honestly, man. There's a crazy amount of thought I've really put into the topic itself of Broncos Panthers at this point in time, but that's my thoughts, legend. Oh, yeah, I've seen how bad they are. And I think 13 plus is extremely possible. That's why I've said I'm not questioning your tip of the Broncos 13 plus. I'm just saying that I believe that bad calls can happen, all right? And if you look at, from your perspective, legend, look at how the Roosters went, all right? Look how the Roosters went against Broncos, for example. Roosters weren't doing great at all outside of the Panthers game before they played Broncos. And then they beat you guys in a very hard-fought, like they looked like the proper winners on the day. This game is really unpredictable at the moment, and upsets can happen from almost out of nowhere. I don't think Panthers beat you at all. I think Broncos at least 1 to 12, 13 plus, a good possibility, but it's not the tip that I'll be making myself. Best answer I can probably give to it. Good. Is that game there, TJC? Yeah, fair enough, mate. Fair enough. You got to remember, though, Roosters got a lot of bad calls against Panthers, and the Panthers won that one. So just don't rule out anything losing you that game, bro. I'm saying 13. Mate, at the end of the day, right, we're not actually disagreeing. We're both saying Broncos are going to win. You just think they'll win by more, legend, and that's each to their own. Good on you. It's not really something to debate. We'll be on with the second half pretty soon, legends. I personally don't see 20-6 as an impossible scoreline, but they're going to want to score first, the Dragons. They're going to want to score first in this one. So sorry, Liam. I'm looking at, for some reason, your comment started, but now, unfortunately, it's looking like an unlikely tip there, the Dragons at the moment, but it could change. Who knows? The players are out onto the field here for our first game of Anzac Day here, ready for the second half to come underway, which means goodbye, halftime show. Hello, second half. Bleep, bloop, beat, doop, a twada, toot, 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 a shoop. There we are, go! 40 gone by, 40 to go. The Dragons look ready. Will the comeback happen? Or will the Roosters add to this lead in this one here? A big 40 coming up here at Allianz Stadium. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else here at this sold-out stadium. Bondi Blue unleashes the waves onto the fire-breathing Dragons here. We kick off the second half now. Now the Dragons, Blake Laurie through the middle here, forced to the ground there before going down here. Looking to the left now. Very much a lot of pressure at the moment here. Sione, he got the only try of the first half for the Dragons there. Goes Luciano Leilua. Leilua, halfway through the set now. What an improved fit they are this year, even if they're not quite at some of the star teams' levels. They're definitely an improved fit, the Dragons. Cook to Sewer. Here comes Sewer forward now. Pushing forward. And he's held out there. They've certainly showed up here. Kicking it to the right. Ilias. And it goes to the right side here. Daniel Tupou ends up with it here. They just haven't been able to make much of it at this moment in time, Legends. It's a bit concerning when you realise their only try so far has come from a 90-metre run and not an actual penalty or set, folks, at the moment here. Which is what annoys me. Fair enough, Bulldog season. Fair enough. And we are back. That we are, Jacob G. We are back, Legend. And I don't know if you caught it earlier, but yes, I do plan to be in Canberra. Down the middle here. Do you call the chicken palmy or Palmer? Palmy, Legend. I call it a palmy, bruv. To the left now. Good chase. And on the 10 here, Clint Gufferson ends up with it. Guffo grabbed by the leg here. Angus Crichton. Here comes Sloan alone through the side here. Sloan alone goes to the ground. A blown out. 5 games this year for the number 5. Then to the right here, Valentine Holmes. He's no stranger to a breakaway here. Val had a bad leg injury to finish off his Cowboys career in finals. Damien Cook runs through the entire Roosters defense. He's got support, but he goes alone there. Gupper said he doesn't trust. You would have bet them for a try, all love and money. Flanagan, Ilias, kicks low. Tedesco looking to run into the in-play here, and he's going to go out. It's going to be a goal line dropout here. What a run from Damien Cook, and that's a missed opportunity there from the Dragons to gain themselves another try in this one. They need that first try, I think, to win this. They need that first try, folks. Canberra in 2 weeks, Burton better not be suspended for 2 weeks. You can hope, Bulldog season. You never know, but you can hope. And it's a flat kick. Goes to the right here. Lockie Ilias now. And it's a good run from the halfback. Gets past the halfway line here. Half for half, we could say, right, Legends? Half for half. You know, while it was a poor mistake from the Sydney Roosters, you got to give credit where it's credit's due. The cover defense here from the Roosters was terrific after they made that mistake. And this is why I rate Robbo as a coach, building this stuff with the Dragons. And oh no, curses happen, folks. 6 again. I got to stop praising. Legends because I give them issues. Oh, dearie me here. Consecutive school bells here. 2 6 agains given so far. Now through the middle here. Blake Laurie. Laurie tackled in front here. Plenty of support now. Flanagan to Luciano Leilua. He couldn't get through. There. Playing it here and now just running short. Valentine Holmes. He was never breaking through there, Valentine, Legends. Never. Flanagan. With room to pass in the air here. Goes to Ilias. Lachlan Ilias, and they can't break free here. Ilias down. Clint Gufferson leading the way. That was a bit of a poor pass there. He kicks low. It's off the Roosters. He goes alone now, Flanagan. Oh, it's played at. Is it played at? That's the huge call. I wonder if they're going to challenge this, the Dragons. Cook's talking to the ref. There's a high tackle somewhere, Legends. The referee's been alerted. The Buggers pulled up a... is this going to be a sin bin? Buggers pulled up a 10. Oh! The Buggers come in and forced a sin bin from minutes... oh my God, from plays ago! There's a bidding! No way! That's huge! That's a huge moment. It wasn't even in this. The bunker steps in and says high forceful contact, overruling the ref. There was no bunker when it first happened, but now there is. There we go. Penalty. 10 in the bin for Sandon Smith Legends. Then Butcher, Dr. Clay trying to cover them. Lachlan Ilias over to Moses Lee. Okay, Moses tackled on the right side there. Ilias. Now to the left. Flanagan, Guffo, Sione for now. That's a knock on. That's a knock on, Dragons. That's a knock on. There we go. And 5.5 minutes into this second half here, we're going to roll knock on against our boys. And this is where I think the Dragons' biggest fail is at the moment, Legends. They're a bit too predictable at times. With that, they're a man up. They can try some stuff. What do they go? Left to right, left to right, left to right, left to right. Like there's no catching them off guard here. The Roosters are reading them like a book. Breaking news here. Spencer Lydia likely to come back on at the moment, folks. Shoulder injury. They're not saying confirmed back on. They're saying likely to come back on. Shoulder issues. William Hunt says wasted chance. So true, William. It was a hugely wasted chance. Hugely wasted chance. Blake Steep, not easily taking the tackle. That's a choke. That's a choke from Luciano. I'm sorry. Welcome back, SS. Now over to the right here. James Tedesco. Offload to Zach Docker, Clay Watson. I swear, if they score again here, the Roosters, I feel for Dragons. I was watching Bold and the beautiful. All good, Brianna. All good. Hope you enjoyed. Kicks over. Plenty of chase on it. Roosters, Tedesco. Is that lost? Is that lost by the Dragons? Is it a try for Robert Toya here to make it 24-6, a man down? We've got a few things to look at here. The referee's going up as no try, though. Oh. Okay, so either way, they're saying possibly Roosters ball here. They're arguing, was it not a genuine attempt to tackle the kicker? Okay. All right, we're watching it, Legends. I'll let you know the moment that they've come to a decision. I think this is a fair contest right now. I think they're both holding it, I'm not going to lie. Yeah. They'll be acknowledging a penalty for contact on the kicker here, folks, but they won't be giving a try to Robert Toya. All right, there we go. There we go, folks. All right, good decision there, I say. Yeah, that. There's a few complex decisions here because the ball never goes behind Tedesco, so it's weird that they rule forward on that. And then you've got a question, was that really a penalty on the kick chaser? Because I think the player flies down much more hard. I don't get why he went for the kick. I don't get why he went for the kicker with the force he did, because he's just given away a really unnecessary penalty. Taking the kick. And there we go, legend. Sandon Smith. Here we go. Beautiful kick there. And now it is 22-6. The Sydney Roosters. Hugo Savala with the kick there, legends, for some reason. But, hey, not complaining. That was a good kick from Savala. Let's update it. Boom. Beautiful kick even from Savala, legends. 39 votes so far on the poll here. 62% with Roosters. I don't know if I'm going to say 62. I don't know if I'm going to say that it's confirmed yet. Yes, Sandon went to the bin. I know, legend. Remember that, like, sometimes people can missay things. I did correct myself and say Savala. Tupou through the middle here. Docker Clay to the left. Angus Crichton here. Angus Crichton runs forward now. Round the side here. Zach Docker Clay goes alone now. Zach Docker Clay forward. What an offload there. Oh, here he goes. Looking for the pass. He misses it. And Blake Steep. It wasn't even a mistake, legend. It was just a mistake. Everyone says them. Don't need to go on about it. And Blake Steep flies on over there. Beautiful. 26-16. Guppo's asleep. Blake Steep's obscene. With the Anzac Day try. He would not have put his chickens on this game. Why? Why would he take a dummy onto Steep? He's a forward. He doesn't care. Blake Steep goes, I ain't going to be a forward this play. I'm going to be a goddamn fullback. I'm going to be a winger. I'm going to bloody smash through it. Courage, fight, heart, many values that come together to represent Anzac Day. These are also things to describe Blake Steep, who should feel truly special about having that try scored, legends. And they will convert here. What a game. They are missing the money, man, the Dargers. They're missing them. They're missing them, legends. They're missing the bruvs. Man, oh man. Yours need to stay. Currently just on an ad at the moment, legends. There we go. What a moment in this one here, folks. For Blake Steep. The Anzac Day try. Now to the left here. Good push forward now, folks. And on the ground he goes. Zach Docker Clay over to the right here. Through the middle now. And Tupou held down on the ground here, legends. Docker Clay. Sandon Smith. It's a good pass there. Free gone by in this one. Docker Clay goes to Marky Mark here. Held back here. It is Wog here. Wog. Over to Tedesco. James Tedesco through the middle here. James Tedesco tackled. Zach Docker Clay here. And it's a good high kick in the air here. Over to the 10-metre line. Clint Gufferson. There's plenty of chase there on Clint Gufferson. But it doesn't work out there. Guppo gets it to Sloan. Down the wing here. They're looking to counter-attack here. And Sloan held back there, legends. And then Sully there. Moses Sully here. Moses Sully held back, paid for the challenge here. Just good run here. Dragons are done, says Witherman. They're done, bro. They are done. Dragons had 6 again twice, and Roosters got a Sid spin. They couldn't score, yet the Chooks just wanted to score. It's a wrap. It is, man. It is. It really is. Holmes down the wing is going to make us eat our words here. He gets the pass to Kyle Flanagan, who rolls on over for a try here. It's going to be 28-12 in a second, I reckon. 28-10, the score. What a run from Holmes. Bugger, says Jason Reader. Bugger them legends. Honestly, Flanagan got a little close to not scoring that. Kyle said, hold my beer. That he did, William. Kyle Flanagan, the daddy's boy, on fire. The daddy's boy on fire there. What a try. Played 20 games for Roosters in 2020 before going to Bulldogs and then the Dragons. Holmes being up for halfback that play. Valentine Holmes, mate, stepping up. He really should have been SS Storm spare. It wasn't a good enough thing. It was the way that I view it, okay, as the Dragons nail it in as expected to make it 12-28. The way I view it, Legends, is there was malicious intent in the grab. There was intent to forcefully shove a player. There was contact above the shoulder to the collar when he. He lands on the ground and hits his head on the ground too while doing it. It's out of the play of the third ball, Legend, so he can't even argue it was a rough tackle. To me, it should have been a couple weeks, to be honest with you. I think it ticks a lot of boxes that would give a player 2 weeks if it was a basic high tackle. Duggins over to the left here. They keep pushing forward now. It's nothing if it's the 1990s or 80s, but being in 2025, we have different rules to back then. Third tackle. Out near the 30-metre line. Played to Cook, played to Guppo. Played over to the right. Moses Sawley's away. Sawley. And now Tyrell Sloan's being ready here. Sloan passes back desperately. And Cook knocks it on. He could have ran away if he held it. And Sloan's hurt himself, folks. Sloan's hurt himself trying to throw that ball away. That's just a beautiful catch pass there. Well, when Sloan did his pass, you can watch him here. He's hurt himself. Oh, it's the way he lands. It's the way he lands there. That's really unfortunate. That's really unfortunate, but we carry on here, folks. Victor Radley, the inflictor there. Trying to inflict damage as always on the defense here of his opposition. Gets to the halfway line here. And Watson with the double there. Was held, didn't throw the pass. Tedesco running alone to the 20 now. He's held back. They get to tackle 5 here. One more left. Savala. Sandon is back on the field, folks. And Smith runs alone. Kicks it. It's low for Tedesco. Tedesco! Or should we say, Tedesco, go over for a try. The Teddy, the mighty Teddy Bearer, has flung over from Tedesco. Former New South Wales fullback, Rooster star, Tigers Junior. Absolutely brilliant. And Sandon Smith has been simply the best. He comes out after his sin bin and puts on a show for Allianz Stadium here. Call him Sandy, because he has told the Dragons you're not welcome in his treehouse. With a cheeky pass and kick to James Tedesco here. Sandon Smith man of the match. Oh, he has to be, William. He has to be. He has to be, legend. How you could say that he's not would be crazy. 8 tries in his last 6 v the Dragons here, James Tedesco. Sandon. From the side. Thunders it in here. It's 34-12. Prop former Panther. Yep, Spencer Lanier, right, legend? Former Penrith Panther. There's a lot of former Panthers in these teams. I know, but he should have, though. He didn't. Yeah, for some reason he didn't, Rihanna, but we keep looking to the next one. On to our game versus the Sharkies. Not that that's what the next game tonight is. Tonight it is Warriors versus the Knights. Left legends. Warriors versus the Knights. Should be a fun one, that. Pretty excited for it personally myself. And credit to the Roosters, thank goodness for them that they bounced back from that try with whatever glimmer of hope the Dragons had here. And it's a penalty for the Roosters on the 3rd tackle here, legends. TJC streaming all games tonight? Yes, we are, William. Yes, we are. And for those going, TJC, where have the every game streams been going from? I'll be honest with you, legends. TJC's just got a lot that he's doing at the moment, and he's just getting a little bit, over. It's just a bit much for him right now, everything, But he does every stream he can, I do, and we'll be doing every stream today. Don't worry, folks. We carry on here. The referee steps in here. It's another penalty for the Roosters. They just keep on coming, and who knows? I'm not even going to rule out a 50 if they can get to 40 pretty soon, folks. I'm not even going to rule it out, legends, at this rate in time here. No, that's all good, mate. Lukey Metcalf's exciting after stealing the win last week. You reckon he's going to go over today, Jakey? You reckon he's going to fly on over, my guy? Going to fly on over. You know what's a really intense game that happened, legends? Para versus the bye. I can't believe you all forgot to tip it. It was a really close, really tight, exciting game, man. It was a really close, tight game. Roosters are going to take another kick here and make it 36. Sandon Smith. Sandon Smith, 20 points for the day, potentially. You remove Sandon Smith from this game, it's 12 to... oh, my God. It's actually crazy. It's 12-14. That's bad. And there you have it. We have the kick. It's been sorted, folks. It's been sorted. There we go here, legends. I'm excited for the next Eels game, says Brianna. I'm excited for the next Eels game too. It should be pretty legendary, Brie. I'm so ready for it. because we lost. I'm excited for the next season. If Para loses this week, I want a refund. Mate, you got to find me first. Shout out to William with the legendary $15 donation to the chat here. Appreciate you very much, William, mate. I hope you continue to have a great day here as we have 2 more streams after this one to come here, legends. Still going to be just as legendary as this one, hopefully, here. We got 19 minutes to go. And shout out to next Thursday when we have the Queensland girls taking on the New South Wales girls. Let's go, Queensland, and the Parramatta Eel, Rory Owen. On the 40-metre line, we go to the right. Inflictor. Go short here. And Wong here through it all. Just kept out of it here. Show some love to our boy in the chat here. Really appreciate that donation, mate. Some of these young forwards are crazy. Roosters. Down the right side. Plenty on this one. They hit it backwards. And leaping through Marky Mark wanted a double there. He couldn't get it. He loses it. You reckon Billy the Kid picked Ponga or Gray as our fullback? I reckon he'll pick Ponga later, but I think that Gray would be an interesting pick if he was picked later. I'm not so sure he will be, though. Honestly, man, if I'm being straight up with you, just looking at everything at the moment here. We're sorting out behind the scenes just a couple things for the next stream at the moment, legends. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah, it's off Guffo. It's a knock on. It's a knock on against Guffo. How could anyone have predicted that? Who would have predicted that? Not I, legends. Not I. No, sorry, I would never have predicted that. I would have been really surprised by that, actually. Certainly wasn't going to back that at the very least. That's a bit of a surprise for me, legends, if I'm being straight up with you. They just keep on pushing here. Dragons over to the right side. They keep going here. So Jack DeBellin here with the ball. Gets it to Ilias here. Ilias down the side here on the right. And things today just haven't quite worked for them. And there we go. Alrighty, boom. Sorted everything we needed to sort, legends. There we go. Oh, stop it. Oh, stop it. Stop it. It's another penalty for the Roosters. It's just Roosters, folks. On the 30 here. Now Phil White there. And the bulk of supporters here, who are Chookies fans, will be over the moon. Over 41,000 attendees at this game today. 64 minutes gone by, or a stack of diamonds in Minecraft. Roosters to the right to Vala, and it gets over to Toya. And Toya loses the ball here. Gufferson ends up with it. Scrum coming up now. Just watching it. Just watching it. Oh, Robert Toya, you got to feel for him in that one. You got to feel for him. That wasn't easy. Tough loss from him. Dragons to the right here. 15 minutes left in this game, Legends. 15 minutes left in this one. Remember, we do have a 6 o'clock game between the Warriors and the Knights that will be coming up on the channel as a stream as well. Gufferson to the left, and it was taken off to what it was his arm and bounced back here. Marky Mark grounds it in goal here. We're going to wait on what the ref says. Yeah, the poor Bayern never won a game in their entire history, right? That's a Storm fan. Never won a game. You got to really feel bad for the bye. Yeah, no wing to what they was a. Oh, boo. Oh, get out of it. How do you do that? Who just tilts the ball like that with their boot up to their head? Didn't expect the Broncos to beat top of the ladder Bulldogs. Hopefully it rains when the Warriors play them. You can only hope, Ford. Are amazing with rallies. Have faith. Have faith. Jacob Little. Now to the left here. Clint Gufferson away to Leilua now. And the outside man just keep pushing forward here. Mate, the game's pretty much sorted now. 14 minutes to go, folks. Jacob Little to Leilua. Leilua here. Or I could be bribed. Free lollies every weekend. I don't know, William Hunt. We'll see, mate. We'll see. We'll see. Your definition of how many lollies you want, bro, is pretty high. The number you want, mate. You're going to send us broke, bro. Gufferson. Oh, good kick there. But the referee calls knock on. That would have been a beautiful kick for a run, though, if they allowed it. We need Hughes. He's our main man. Oh, yeah, you do need Hughes. Hughes is a huge player for the Melbourne Storm. Him and Grant are like your best organisers. Yeah. Robinson was saying this team that he's named will keep coming forward in defence and bustling, and they've kind of proven that to be the case. Running on forward, Sandon Smith to Tedesco. No way! James Tedesco just didn't want to run through. And Luciano Leilua held out. DeBellin, classic Teddy, says Jacob G. Oh, Teddy, ba-da-ba-ba-ba. What a win for the Ocean Bondi Blue Roosters. And Gufferson finds the pass. Gets to Sewer. Sewer to Sully. Sewer to Sully. What a wording that is, legend. Sewer to Sully. And then Jaden Sewer here. They can cut them off here. Sewer with his arms up around the ball. I don't know if he's looking for the pass. He is. He gets it to Ilias just barely there, but I think they're going to lose meters. Jacob Little gets it to DeBellin. Luciano Lua, good hands over to the left side here. And on the 20 now, held out. Gufferson. It's 6 more. Guffo's hit, so Guffo's going to run with it. Guffo to the right. They're still playing. They're still playing for it. Running across the right side here. And I think it's a mess up there. No, the ref's going to blow for a penalty here. For the Dragons, of course. No, you can't tap and go, he tells Guffo. Dragons. From the 10. David Clemmer. Uploads to DeBellin. Gets to Flanagan. To Holmes now. And Valentine Holmes, he just couldn't find the play. Right in the corner. Carl Flanagan gets it short here. We don't have much left in this game, legends. About 11 minutes to go here. Little with a little pass. He plays the fiddle to Ilias here. Moses Sully alone now, and Sully stops his run there in the tackle here. Gutherson to the left. Sharp to James Tedesco and Sandon Smith. They've had ripper of games, but Sandon Smith, the main man today, he has been unbelievable. Offloads to Little. They play from the back here, and Tedesco covers it well. We were just talking about this man. There may have been a high shot there, though. Looking at it, the ref didn't see it. A kick from Ilias and Smith running it out. Good defense there. And a nice, good run of applause there from the Roosters fans. Michael Green Driver drops into the chat, says, hi, legend. Hello, Michael Green Driver. Welcome to the stream, bro. Hope you are doing amazing, my guy. And for the first time ever in my entire life, I am going against Manly versus the Panthers. Sloan with the match for it all. 2 more games on Anzac Day today, legends. Melbourne versus Rabbitohs is the final one. Middle game, Warriors Knights. DeBellin. Over to Flanagan. It's a long pass from Guffo. Here we go. For now, running down the left side. Unable to break through there. Jason Reyes says, come on, Roosters, bring it home. Come on, Roosters, bring it home. DeBellin. Flanagan. Clemmer. David Clemmer. He pushes forward here. David Clemmer goes down to the ground here. Couchman, another one-on-one save there. And that's just too good, legends. Nice pass there from DeBellin. It was a short play. And then they run on over the Dragons. It was a beautiful pass. It just wasn't at the time they could have done it most. Defense, organisation, kick. That's all you need. That's all you truly need in rugby league. And Roosters had all 3 today. Now to the left, Daniel Tupou. Now to the right, through the middle here. Angus Crichton now. Nafua White. Trent Robinson to become just the 4th coach to win 100 games with over 400 games at the single club legends. Quite impressive. I changed my tip from Sydney Roosters to Dragons and did some Broncos and did with Broncos to Bulldogs. Oh, you've got to be hurting, Green Driver. You tipped the wrong ones, brother. You tipped the wrong ones, bruv. You tipped the wrong ones, man. Scrub feed for Dragons. To the right here. Stay tuned when we stream on Tuesday. Women's State of Origin here. Women's State of Origin, Game 1, Thursday, 7:30 p.m. Stream will be at about 7:20. Nothing like some Origin footy in any style. Little gets it over to Flanagan. Flanagan gets it to Jack DeBellin here. Jack DeBellin held. preparing to the minute for what will be a good victory. Off the Roosters sideways here. Moses Sawley throws the ball off there and is held by Victor the Inflictor now. Desperation. Couchman on here, gets it to DeBellin. Then to Sloan, and it's too easy through the middle here. Sloan goes alone. 36-12 now. And that's what you miss when he's not playing at fullback there. The way he can rip through the line there, through the middle. Tyrell Sloan. And the number 2 gives them their number 2 try of the second half. 36-12 becomes 36-16. Kick to come now. 18 points on the board. 18-36 now, the scoreline. Unfortunately for Dragons, they've left this a bit late for a comeback to happen, but they don't have to be disgraced legends. I will not be at Panthers West Alligator. I will be at Newcastle for Newcastle Jets West Western Sydney Wanderers game. Both of my teams play at the same Wanderers 5 p.m., Manly at 7:30 p.m. That's such a shame, legend, that both your teams play at the same time. Fair enough, man. You can't be at both at the same ones. But Sloan there, going alone, it was beautiful. That was absolutely beautiful. All right, kicking it far over to the left here. We pass to the right, David Clever. Clever forwards, onwards and upwards, legends. And if you're going, TJC, why are you sounding so bored? It's because I am. Can't wait for the next 2 games after this one, legends. It's been a while since I've committed properly to the 3 games on the 3-day calendar, legends. That middle game looking to be exciting in New Zealand. And we go to Bellin. Through to the middle here. It's a good tackle there. Frustration there from Jack DeBellin here. It's a mistake. 5 minutes left in this one, folks, and then we're done with this. At 6 o'clock, the next stream's due to start, folks. Should get it done around then. Newcastle McDonald Jones Stadium. Well, I hope you enjoy, legend. The Money Man. The Money Man celebration. It's something they're missing at the moment. Tedesco. Down the right side here. 5 more. Sandon Smith. Sandon Smith held back here. Going over to the left now. The Inflictor. Through the middle. Just looking to force himself around here. It's a good short pass. Sandon to Angus Crichton now. Crichton just bullying himself forward now before going to the ground here. Sandon. Remember, Roosters' next game is Dolphins at a primetime Magic Round game there. After Para vs Sharks, I'll be there watching that. Tedesco. And Tedesco goes around against the Dragons and scores! 40-18, and how has he done that? There's 3 Dragons defenders. How do they allow that? How do they allow that? That's just ridiculous. He gets rid of all of them. That is just ridiculous. That's a joke. He beat some great players there to go on over. James Tedesco, legends. And that's almost a soft try. Oh, it is a long travel, Michael Gray. I've been to that. It is a long trip, but it's worth it. It's a nice stadium, mate. It's definitely a nice stadium. I'll be making that trip this year. Just watching it on the board here. James Tedesco, the Roosters. Tries 2. That is 140th career try, legends. He scores it tonight. Do we think James Tedesco's Origin career is over just yet, legends? With the form Edwards is in versus Tedesco. You'd think not at the moment. James Tedesco, folks. Now Sandon Smith from the sideline here. Just look it up as we're also being revealed. Luciano Leilua is coming off on the sideline here from the looks of it. Sandon Smith. Can he shape this kick just like he has ones of the past? He thunders it. And it's too much. It's just too much in it. Too far to the side there. 40 points is what they're going to have to be happy with. Please pick Teddy Daly, says SS. You could definitely make the argument for Tedesco with how he's playing right now, legend. You could. You could at this moment in time, bruv. And I want to know where the super coach Vlado's team is going in their current direction, folks. This is a big difference at the moment, folks. It's a 22-point difference. At the end of the day, whatever things you think were done well by the Dragons, it still isn't good enough losing by 22. Connor Watson. Blake Steep through the side here. Please pick Ponga Billy, says that's a Storm fan. Please. Oh, please. Won't you show us some love, Billy? Billy. Come on, Billy. Do it for us, Billy. We carry on to the right side here. Victor the Inflicted dummies now. Radley finds the pass to Tedesco. He is king. And we have a try for Hugo Savala. Oh, it's just a carve up now. There we go. 44. And look, I don't think 50's happening, but they've come as close as you get. And it would have been 50 if they got their kicks. Goodness me. Goodness me. Oh, my God. Flanagan completely fooled by Victor the Inflictor, legends. Completely fooled to Tedesco. Exactly. Always the first time. Exactly, John Tapu. Even if it's not a good record, don't rule it out. Don't rule it out. I'll back the Warriors. Come on, first Christchurch win. Let's get it happening. What happens if you concede 50 in a finals match? You can't win the grand final. Still can't win the grand final, legend. We both true fans. This is going to travel all the way up to Newcastle. Mate, I'll go all across the planet. The only time I can't go to a game is when I literally cannot afford it. Or it conflicts with something that's, makes my life. Like, currently going to uni makes my life. So, of course, there's a gap. I had to cancel the Darwin game because of that. And there might be one more I have to cancel. But overall, legends, there will come a season where we don't miss a single game. There will. There will come a season where we don't miss any games. Is Savala the tallest 7 in NRL history? You could argue, legend. You could argue. And there we go. 46 points. 46-18, legends. What a scoreline, folks. What a scoreline here. Go Warriors, get me the multi. Best of luck to your multi, legend. He just might be, man. He's a pretty tall 7. Roosters, you little beauty victory. What a victory indeed. Congratulations to the Sydney Roosters on a legendary Anzac Day clash victory over the Dragons. If you enjoyed the stream, legends, remember to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you were new. Have you been to Canberra, legend? Yes, the vlog's on the channel. I was there when they played Para last year. I'll see you guys for the next stream in literally about 5 minutes exactly now. Let's go, legends. Hope to see some of you there. Make sure you hit that like button on the way in. Leave yourself a vote and have a chat in the comments. Gonna see you in a second. Bring on the second.